Hello, it's Elaine from Penguin Place Crafts. This video is going to be quick for me to record, but long for me to edit, because this is the wrap-up video for the second bag of scrap yarn from Michelle in Cheyenne. 2 down, 2 to go. Although, when I get to the end, I'll let you know why bag 3 may go a little slower than this one did. So this one, I started out knowing, I think I started last Sunday, knowing that week I was working on chickens for my Fun Friday favorites. And then I discovered that Tracy over at Travel Crochet had picked rainbow birds for the week for Crochet Roulette 2025. So I double dipped and made stuff for both of those. This week I'm double dipping again, but I'll get to that later. So I started out with a lot of rainbow chickens. The first one, and this was all using yarn from Michelle and Cheyenne's scrap yarn bag. I made this rainbow chicken, patterned by Repeat Crafter Me. And it comes in a little eggshell. Okay, there's a chicken. And then, okay, Calypso, where'd you go? From the Calypso, the Kooky Owl pattern on Ravelry. Is it Laughing Purple Goldfish? The creator? Well, Calypso, the Kooky Owl. You can find it on Ravelry. And it's one of those patterns where once you've got the idea down, you can just play with it. I didn't even look at the pattern. I made this one from memory because basically you're making the circle until, you go until your circle is big enough and keep going to the top, and then you seal it off, add the tassels, do crazy eyes, and you've got Calypso the Kooky Owl. This, I held the yarn double and used a K crochet hook, and works up quick, uses up scrap yarn. You might be able to see if I get them up really, here, let's get it really close how like the green is 2 different colors, because I use 2 different colors of green. I think everybody else is the same color. Oh, maybe the orange. Maybe the orange is 2 different shades of orange. Hard to tell there. The white and rainbow chick. White and rainbow. Okay. This one is from the website whose name we do not pronounce. Amigurumi, I think. There haven't been any new patterns posted to the website, that particular site, in a couple of years. And I saw some suspicious stuff on there, like other people's patterns that were posted as free patterns without any acknowledgement to the original poster. So I don't know if that is the case with this chicken. I don't know. Maybe that's why there have been no new patterns. But there is the chick. This was originally just a plain one color with the red comb, and there was a tail where you worked like a triangle out and then did some fancy stuff on the end, but I did tail feathers in the rainbow colors just to stay with the theme. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chicken Kitty. This is also a free pattern that I found on Ravelry. I have had this in my notebook for years. Here we go. Get the hair off there. By Stip and Hake. Not quite sure. There we go. The pattern is available in Dutch. So probably Dutch, and I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it. I had fun with the colors on this one. Chicken Kitty. Then I got into something to cross a restock off my list. There's 1, 2. Come on, there's one more. No, that's not. Don't you hate it when you just had something and it disappears? Okay, I will show you these two. The other one was gray, white, and pink. I made 3 snails for my own pattern. Happy Snails to You, available on my blog, to restock that pattern, that listing on Etsy. And then I started work with this ombre. I made a mushroom boy. A mushroom boy with his little pastel cap. Gave him a big smile. This is a free pattern from the Friendly Red Fox. I have many of these. People like these. And, you know, bloop, 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 bloop. After the mushroom boy, I did another restock. This is the Swinging Dragon, or Dragon on a Swing, by Dr. Choco. See if I can get him to, yay! So I got 2 of them. I need to get the other one that I've already made and get pictures and get an Etsy listing up for them. The thing is, I have a craft show on Saturday. And I'm like, I don't want to go listing stuff on Etsy and have it up for a couple of days and then do a craft show when it sells. So after Saturday's craft show, I'll try to get stuff up on Etsy. But then after that craft show, 1 week after that, I go down to my daughter's house, and there's a show down there that is typically one of my better shows of the year. So that one, it's like, well, you know, I got that big show coming up too. So I don't know how much Etsy stuff I'll be doing this week. Okay, after the Swinging Dragons, I did what is being playfully referred to as the highlighter cat, because I use this yarn that has colors like highlighters. I mixed it with just chenille from Dollar Tree and made the Caraway Art tutorial for the Wolf Cat. I was playing yarn chicken. I was losing. So I did shorten up the backside a bit. There's supposed to be another row after the legs, but I didn't have the yarn for that. So I just shortened him up just a wee bit. After the highlighter cat, we have the gray seal. Hello, seal. Here is the missing snail. See? Pink, gray, and white. Okay, this seal is a free pattern on Instagram from Vanilla Gurumi. Worked up fairly quickly. The only thing is, like the muzzle, it's just like 2 rounds and you sew it on. And I was thinking, why don't you just do like 2 rounds and then go on to the rest of the seal? I think that would be, you know, one less step in sewing. So I want to make another one. I could make a white one. I could make a little pink seal. You're not supposed to see that yet. That's after this one. So, seal from Vanilla Gurumi on Instagram. Gray seal, cheeky beaky. Cheeky beaky. There it is, right there. This is a paid pattern from the Midnight Crafters. There are mods in the pattern to make it like a yellow chicken. I think the yellow looks like a duck, so it doesn't have the comb on it. White chicken with the comb. There's color changes for a mallard, color changes for an eagle. So you can do a lot with this. I did it in the variegated ombre. Sorry, he's mooning you. She is mooning you. There's my cheeky Beakie. Oops, my list got turned over. After the cheeky Beakie, I was continuing to try to use up that ombre yarn. It pools nicely on something this size. I made the coffee to go with little heart-shaped, it's supposed to be the cream on the top and heart-shaped. This was also a free pattern on Instagram. I love this pattern. I've sold one or two of them, but I like having like a whole row of them at craft show. Okay, coffee to go. Then I did the ombre chicken. This finished it off. This, I sort of started with the pattern from Chicken in a Swing inspired by James. And then I did my own thing. I went a little bigger because I still had yarn to use up. It's got a longer head. Usually the chicken head is a row or two shorter, but I was trying to use it up. And then I used some of the other yarn in there, and I made a little basket for said chicken to hang out in. Did not use up all of this gray yarn for the basket. So there's a little coaster for me to toss into my $3 bin. Okay, coaster, flip Octo. Then I told you the story. How I was looking for the perfect pattern for that long color change, sparkly yarn. And it became a flip Octo that is happy in pink and not quite so happy in blue. I was getting down to the end now. Let's see, after the flip Octo, I had some gray left. Oh, wait a minute, these were before, it's before that. I used the pattern from the Made by Genna book, No-Sew Mini Amigurumi, the new book that Made by Genna just put out. Well, it's not all that new anymore. To make a little snake. That finished off those blues. There was some yellow and purple and a little bit of blue left. I made a little turtle, a tiny little turtle. Like I started out with purple, then I went to yellow, then purple, and then it's like, oh, I don't know if I have enough yellow left to make another row. So I alternated yellow and purple, and I would have had enough purple, enough yellow for one more row because I did 2 rows, but you never know. Little turtle. Then I got out the gray and I made one possum. And then I made another possum. And I think I missed an increase row because we have the chubby possum and we have the skinny possum. And you know what? This did not finish off the gray. The name is right on the tip of my tongue, and I can't remember it. This was a free pattern on Ravelry, and I'm going to have to put it up here because it's right, you know when something's like right, ooh, ooh. When I see it, I'm going to be like, oh, yeah. And it will be linked in the description. Because I have this Etsy, not Etsy, it starts with E, doesn't it? Excel. I have this Excel spreadsheet that has pretty much all the patterns that I make, so I can copy and paste to put them in the description. And it's there. It's there. I just can't get it. I freehanded this. This was the very last item from the bag. A total of 23 items from this bag. Just a little pink and gray turtle. I had pink out by my chair. Usually when I make turtles this big and put a big head on the front, they tend to go like that. I deliberately tip my hand to do that. This guy has the glass, like the little glass things that you put in a jar or that for a Mandela game. He has those in his back feet so that he stays upright. She. Pink head, we'll say she. So that is it for bag number 2. I already did make one thing from bag number 3, but I'm not showing that to you yet because there was so much stuff from bag number 1. I didn't want to steal from its thunder. Here is bag 3. All caked up and ready to go. They're crammed in there like crazy. 15 ounces. I think there are 16 cakes. And I'm telling you right now, these 2 are going first. Why? Because this morning I was watching Tracy over at Travel Crochet, and she did the spinning wheels, came up with purple and freebie. That means that next week, because there are only 2 left on the wheel, 1 item left on each wheel, next week is going to be striped protective cover. I've got ideas for that. Yeah, I've already got a plan in place for that. So, purple and freebie, I'm going to double. I'm going to double dip because my Friday fun favorite is dinosaur. I've already been investigating and coming up with items, free dinosaur patterns that I've never made before. And I know I have 2 notebooks with dinosaurs. I have tons of dinosaur patterns, but I'm looking for more to make this Friday's Fun Friday Favorites extra special. We'll see how many dinosaurs we get. Even this morning, while my husband was taking a shower, getting ready for church, I'm at the computer doing screenshots and putting it into Paint and trimming it down and putting it into, copying into a Word document to get a pattern to start playing with. And I think going through Ravelry, I think I came up with about 15 patterns I would like to try. Not all of them are small enough to get through in 1 week. So I'm trying to focus on the ones that are a little smaller. Probably when I do, okay, I didn't like the way that hair was throwing a shadow on my neck. Probably I will try to get them all printed out so I can show you like 10 or 15 patterns, freebies that I've already done, because I can just grab, nope, dinosaurs aren't right here. Like my Ankylosaurus pattern that I like so much is a freebie. There's so many free dinosaur patterns that I use. Where was I going with this? But on Friday, I will show you not only the patterns that I've already made, but I can show you, like, I saw this pattern and I want to make this because it's so cute, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. So Friday's going to be fun. That's why we call it Friday Fun Favorites. I like dinosaurs. I like purple. It's going to be a fun week. And with all that being said, I have 28 minutes before I need to start on lunch. Today is just our usual Sunday afternoon chicken in the air fryer. Although I have plans. Couldn't think of what vegetable to make, and it's like, We have beans from the garden. We have tomatoes from the garden. I'm thinking of making a vegetable soup with the tomatoes, beans, carrots, onions, celery. I think that's it for vegetables in the fridge. Like a fridge clean out. Tomatoes not in the fridge. They're all over the countertop. Use all that up and then make some sort of gluten-free biscuit for dipping. I don't think I have a box of Red Robin Cheddar Bay biscuits, gluten-free, but I think I have a recipe. So I may be making my own gluten-free biscuits for dinner today. It's a plan, but it'll work. Okay. Did you have fun with this? Did you have fun seeing all the stuff that I made for my scrap bag number 3? So that's why scrap bag number... No, that was scrap bag number 2. This is scrap bag number 3. Scrap bag number 3, yes, admittedly, this is probably going to take a little longer because all this week the focus is going to be on purple. And the current pattern that I'm working on will use a few other colors besides just the purple. So I'm going to say. And there'll probably be things throughout the week that, like, sometimes the dinosaur isn't all purple. It might be a purple dinosaur with golden spikes. It might be a purple dinosaur with pink spots. So some of this will get some airtime throughout the week, but for the most part, it's going to be a purple dinosaur week. All of a sudden, Barney just popped into my head. My kids were the age that we watched Barney. So I'm not going with that shade of purple though. That's a little bit. I like the pastel purples. Although whatever I've got, I'm going to be checking the shelves for purple yarn. Ooh, Lori. In Lori's last goodie bag that she sent me 3 skeins of purple yarn. That can churn out some dinosaurs. And it is a little bit darker, but, get some pink accents in there or some gold accents to brighten things up. Okay, this is going up by the chair. My pile of stuff to go up by the chair is getting bigger. No problem. Bye-bye.